DJ, what's up, man?
What's up? How you doing?
Good, dude. You doing okay?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Today is our Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So today's Wednesday. You're leaving tomorrow?
Yes.
Where you guys going?
We're going to Harrisstow. We're going to Hannibal on Saturday.
So where are we at in the season?
We're at that point in conference where we're playing everybody again. So we just started off. We started off with Columbia like a couple months ago, and now we're back on. We just played them recently. Now we're going to Stowe, and then it's everybody one more time.
At Columbia, that was a close game.
Super close.
Was that a tough loss?
It was. It was a tough punch to take, but we have a really good team. We're gonna bounce back for sure.
Hey, what do you guys do? I'm guessing that half of the people on the team or more, like, do they take loss pretty hard?
Oh yeah, we really all do, because like when you're as competitive as we all are, and like you love the game as much as we do, a loss like that it just hurts really. And like coach, it trickles down because coach is super competitive, and then we all are like the same way. And so when we take a loss like that, it's like, man. And then you were so close to, but we're gonna bounce back because we all have a pretty positive mindset of like bouncing back. So we're gonna be fine.
So what role do you play on the team?
I come off the bench and I do a little bit of scoring, a little bit of passing. I try to just hold it down for the starting point guard Javon Clark when he gets out of the game. But my role on the team pretty much is to lead a little bit, score a few points, and just kind of just stay solid, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. What's your role like on the team, like Columbia? It's so close. You lost by 2 points, right? Tough loss. I'm sure the locker room was just sad, right? But do you like bring like a positive energy in those moments? Like what's your role for the team during that time?
Yeah, I try to be positive. That's one thing I've always tried to do. But being positive, it really just includes encouragement. So I go around the team. I make sure everybody gets a high five. I make sure I shake hands with everybody, tell everybody they did a good job. And sometimes you got to tell people where they went wrong. It's part of positivity as well. And so overall, I just try to keep the morale high and be encouraging, because it's the coach's job to tell you what you're doing wrong. As a teammate, I feel like it's my job to tell you what you're doing right and praise you for it.
Hey, that's a good perspective. If a teammate's struggling to like learn a play, like are you quick to like go in and help them, or like how do you go about doing that?
Yeah, we actually all do that too. Like that's the one thing I love about this team. We all help each other. But as far as myself, I usually just pull them to the side and tell them like what I'm seeing, try to give them my perspective, and hopefully that just helps them. I try to do it in like a very like coddling ways at times, because sometimes everybody handles coaching differently. Some people need to be talked to stern. Some people need to be talked to a little bit more lightly. So I figure out that line. I try to go from there.
How many hours are you guys practicing each week?
Oh, man. Too many.
Yeah.
Not really. We practice probably like...
Don't listen, Coach Austin.
Don't listen. Let's say 2 hours a day, hour and a half a day.
Is that Monday through Friday or Saturdays and Sundays too sometimes?
It depends. We have games throughout the week. So let's say we have 2 games in a week, and we've got 3 days to practice. So we're looking at about 6 to 7 hours.
Okay.
And that's just as a team.
So you guys are practicing a ton. And then you do stuff. I want to get back to basketball, but you do stuff outside of that. Are you an RA?
I'm an RA.
That's for those who don't know what that is, that's a resident assistant.
Yes, sir.
So what year are you in?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior. Okay. Is this your first year as an RA?
Yes.
Okay. What made you want to be an RA?
I thought it'd be a pretty cool job, another way to, be a light in this world, and then also another way to just, talk to different people, see different people, have an effect. I've always wanted to, have a positive effect. And so I thought being an RA would be a good way to do that. And, it also helps pay for my education.
So when you say be a light in the world, what do you mean?
Definitely a light for Christ, because, that's really all that matters at the end of the day. And my whole life I've tried to take different avenues of doing it. And the main avenue has been basketball, and RA is also another way I can do that. When
you say glorifying God in all and glorifying Christ in all that you do, and it's primarily through basketball, like what do you mean by that?
That's a good question. I'll say bearing the fruits of the Spirit, if that makes sense. So exemplifying love, patience, peace, especially like on the basketball court, because most people will tell you I'm pretty calm, and most people tell you I'm pretty like positive. So that goes along with being kind and gentle. And that's how I would answer that question. Yeah, that's always been my goal, because at the end of the day, it's bigger than basketball. Like I remember in high school, a little kid that was a nephew of a teammate of mine. He came up to me running, gave me a hug, and he was like, you're like my favorite player. And it's stuff like that, it just keeps you going.
So are you going to be a professional basketball player after you graduate?
I don't think so. That's not what I was really wanting to go into.
What are you going to do then?
I'm looking to go into the news broadcasting world, actually.
Really?
So this is like a great setup for me right now.
Dude.
This is great practice.
No way.
Yeah.
So what are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in liberal arts.
So are you looking at like a master's program somewhere else, or like how are you going to get like specific into like this kind of training?
I was thinking about a master's program. I haven't like just decided yet, but I was talking to, my dad and some other people that have had this career before, and they think it'd be a good idea. But I also, just simply have like a few connections with people that work in the news world. And so I'm talking to them, trying to get some internships set up.
Specifically, what avenue are you wanting to go?
I want to be on camera.
Okay.
So I want to be one of the anchors.
Nice. Dude, you'd be awesome at that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You have a voice for it, and you got the face. Nobody can see it right now because they're listening to this. But, dude, yeah, man.
Appreciate that.
I think you're like the full package for that.
Thank you.
Playing basketball requires an explosive level of energy, and that's why it's so much fun to watch. I struggle to watch football, and I guess you could say that things happen fast.
Right.
I struggle to watch soccer. I struggle to watch all these things, but I grew up watching the 90s Chicago Bulls with my dad.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how old I am. And, dude, but to this day, I can watch basketball all day long on TV. And
fun.
Watching you guys play basketball, I love it. So how do you train? And, like, when you guys are, how long is your season? 4, 5, 6 months?
From November to about March.
So are you just exhausted after that last game? Or is your fatigue, like, are you like getting plenty of rest during the week, and how's that? What's that look like?
It can be different, to be honest, because when you give in all you got, you're gonna be tired at the end. And that's one thing about the Williams Baptist program that I love. We work super hard, and by the end of March or end of February, we're getting pretty tired. When it's all said and done, I feel like we give it all we have every time, and so you can live with the result. But like for myself, I can kind of keep going. I'll take maybe like a week off, and I get my rest. I'll make sure I get my rest in, because I've had like a bunch of knee surgeries and stuff. So I'll like rest like at least one day a week, straight icing and just chilling, like not doing much. And then throughout the week, like, you have 2-hour practices, but we also have a great training room. So I go in there, I make sure I ice, do some ultrasound, things like that. So by the end of the season, my body's still like taken care of, but a part of it is like slightly in shambles, to where I need like a week and a half off, and then we get right back into it for the off-season grind.
Do you just know what to do to recover in like that room, or are the trainers helping you and like guiding you, or what's that look like?
They're great. Cody and Misty are great. I love going in there, just talking to them and make sure that I'm all good. But what I do mainly is just icing, and then I do a little bit of ultrasound, maybe some heating pads. So with the ultrasound, they can show you what to do, and then after a while, you kind of just learn how to do it on your own. But they tape us up, they get us the heat. Some people do stuff like the needling on the muscle. Not something for me, but some people do it. And then there's a stem machine. So that's what some avenues take for the training purposes. But me, I just do a little icing. That's about it.
What about your diet and nutrition? Do you guys have like a plan, or is it just make sure you don't starve?
Make sure you don't starve. We're here at Williams, so you just kind of eat what's in the cafe and the grill. And then, we're fortunate enough to have, McDonald's and stuff like that pretty close by. But I try to just eat enough to where I'm not feeling like too heavy or too light or anything. I eat a lot of cheese.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a lot of smoothies from the grill, and that's about it. But I need to do a little better. My diet's kind of, you would never think I play basketball with the way I eat.
Well, you burn a ton of calories, I'm sure.
True.
And you're young. So how long have you been playing basketball?
Since I was like 4.
So your metabolism has never shut off.
No.
So you're good. It might catch up to you, and you might have to think about this one day, but probably
it definitely will.
You can probably get away with whatever you want to for right now.
Yeah, all of my friends, they tell me that I need to slow down on my snack habits, but I'm gonna just give it some time. Wait till I'm about 30 something.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you have an ideal weight you aim for, or are you just based off how you feel and
it's pretty
look
much
in the
how
mirror?
I feel.
Yeah.
And then like throughout the summer, I try to gain some weight, put some muscle on, try to come back like a little bit bigger every year, if not bigger, stronger, because there's a slight difference there. But I just kind of, is what I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there like a strategic advantage to being super muscular as a basketball player, or is it or do you want to like kind of keep from getting too much muscle? What's that look like?
There's a balance there for sure, because you got guys like, I'm sure Zion Williamson. He's huge.
Yep.
And like he kept getting hurt, but then he slimmed down a little bit, and the injuries have been prevented since then. And so for me personally, I kind of try to say slim.
Are you a Taylor Swift fan?
I am not a fan, but I do respect what she's doing.
Hey, same here. Yeah.
She's huge.
Yeah.
She's huge. And she's got a few good songs.
She does, yeah.
Yeah. I like Shake It Off.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
Right.
Who are you rooting for in the Super Bowl?
I'm going for the 49ers this time.
Okay.
Because I want something new.
All right.
The Chiefs have won, twice recently?
That sounds right. I lived in Kansas City for a little while, so you think I would know and like really care. But like I said, I'm not a huge football player.
Right.
Or a fan. I'm a basketball guy.
Right.
So.
I'm going to go for the 49ers. I like what Brock Purdy's doing over there. 49ers are getting the dub.
There we go. You heard it here.
Heard it here first.
Hey, speaking of things that you heard here, I walked into the cafeteria the other day, and I look over at the little section by the pizza, and in the special section, this was yesterday, so Tuesday, they had the Dino chicken nuggets.
Oh, yeah. I never got any, but everybody kept saying they were amazing.
Yeah.
I should have got some.
Yeah. We shared on the podcast a while back that somebody said a hot take was the cafeteria needs to bring back the Dino nuggets. We mentioned it, and a day later,
wow,
they had them.
Wow.
And they'd been gone for like 6 months or a year or something like that.
That's a great timing.
Yeah, they were there again yesterday, so that was weird.
That's great.
But yeah. What other hobbies and other extracurricular things, or just tell me what all you're into.
Crazy enough, I actually like to read books.
Why would that be crazy?
Some people just don't expect me to read. Every time I tell people I read books, they're like, "What?" But I think it's because they knew me from like a couple years ago. Old me would have never read a book.
Gotcha.
But me now, I enjoy it a lot.
Well, what are you reading? What's on your nightstand? Or
my book right now, I'm reading Atomic Habits.
Okay.
By James Clear, I think.
I have not read that, but it's on my shelf.
It's really good so far. So when you get a chance to read it, you'll like it for sure.
Give me a takeaway.
Make bad habits as impossible as you can, and make good habits as inevitable as you can.
Dude, that's actually really good.
I just learned it like probably 10 minutes ago.
Really?
Yeah, this stuff's good.
Yeah. Any other book that you'd recommend?
I would recommend The Magic of Thinking Big. I forgot who it's written by, but I read that book once, and that definitely changed my mindset because, your brain can sometimes be its own worst enemy. And so the magic of like thinking big, thinking positive, and planning stuff out is a real thing.
Yeah. And you as an athlete know that better than most people.
Right.
Like 99% of what you need to accomplish physically is done in the head.
Yep.
So how do you manage finding time to read when you have, I'm sure you're carrying 12 plus hours of school?
Yeah. I try to just break it down. Right now, I've only got 2 classes a day, and they're spread out. So that time where they're spread out, if I'm not like in the gym getting some shots up or at lunch or something, then I'll go in my room and read like a chapter.
Dude, thank you for coming on here. I know this was spur of the moment, but the man, with where y'all at in the season, I know everybody's super proud and grateful for y'all, and y'all put on an excellent basketball game.
Oh yeah,
call it show if you want to, but y'all put on something spectacular. So, and the ladies are doing really well. So
they're doing great.
It's just a good time to be an Eagle now, and. But thank you for sharing, man. And, I hope that, this season ends the way you guys want it to.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And that you guys continue glorifying Christ and encouraging one another and building each other up. And
yes, sir.
And getting out of here, and you move on to the new Ron Burgundy, news anchor. No, just kidding. We'll cut that part out for sure.
Leave that one. Hey, man, that's a top tier movie.
Right there. So good. So good. All right, man. Well, DJ, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you at the next game.
All right. Thank you.